Spoiler alert, crew members on cruise ships have opinions about us passengers, and let me tell you, they're not always flattering. I stumbled upon a juicy tidbit about something a crew member thinks makes a passenger look downright stupid. You'll want to hear this one. We've also got a cruise ship collision to unpack, and oh boy, this one's crazy. It's like the captain thought he was playing a game of bumper boats out there. And if that's not enough drama for you, buckle up because we've got a cruise dad facing a whopping 12 years in prison for a simple, silly mistake. Let's set sail on our journey, shall we? Our first stop is Turkey, at the port of Kusadasi. At this port, a massive 700-foot cruise ship, the Celestial Journey, decided it wanted to get up close and personal with the pier. Smack! It collided right into it. Turns out the crew miscalculated the speed a bit. You can just imagine the exchange. Bobby, do you think we're coming in a little too hot? Gee, Clen, I don't think so. I think we're doing just fine. Oh, nope, you're right. We came in a little too hot. Minor damage to the pier, minor damage to the cruise ship. But the good news is that out of the 597 passengers and crew members on board, nobody was hurt. The passengers were able to disembark, spend their day at the cruise port, and then continue on their merry way. Celestial said the ship was okay, just needed a little buffing out, and everything was hunky-dory. But hey, when you're dealing with water, wind, sea, and miscalculations, stuff like this is bound to happen every now and then. No biggie, right? On to the next story. Now, this one's a real doozy. An ex-cruise ship employee has been making the rounds, dishing out all sorts of insider information, and one of the things she shared has really stuck in my craw. According to her, there's one thing cruise passengers do that crew members think is just downright stupid and might even make you a target for victimization. Get this, she says that if you wear your cruise ship card around your neck, hanging on a lanyard or something like that, crew members will think poorly of you. They'll assume you're just trying to show off your status, proclaiming your greatness to the world with that little piece of plastic dangling from your neck. Now, I'll push back on that a little bit. I think a lot of people wear their ship card that way simply because it's convenient. If it's right there on your neck with a quick release clip, you can easily hand it over for a drink or to get into your cabin. I don't think everyone's doing it as some sort of status symbol, although I'm sure some people will find another way to show off if they can't wear the lanyard. This ex-employee also claims that wearing your ship card like that doesn't just make you look like a show-off. It might also be announcing to the world that you're an easy target for victimization. Like, hey, look, here's the key to my cabin. Come and rob me. Or if you're wearing it out at the cruise port, you might be signaling to the locals that you're an easy mark. I don't know, folks. Do you feel a certain way about people who wear their cruise ship card around their neck? Are they showing off? Are they begging to be victimized? Or do you think it's just a matter of convenience? Do you do it yourself? Let me know in the comments below. All right, moving on to our next story, we've got an interesting clarification coming out from Carnival Cruise Line about underage alcohol consumption. A couple of weeks ago, there was that tragic story about the young man who was underage and had consumed a lot of alcohol on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. Apparently, during a confrontation with his father, he just jumped right off the side of the ship. Horrible, horrible situation. During that conversation, I saw a lot of comments from people saying, well, you can consume alcohol when you're underage if your parents just sign off on it. Now, I haven't been able to verify that, but Carnival Cruise Line has provided some clarification. Someone wrote to Carnival's brand ambassador, John Heald, saying they were going on a cruise with their 19-year-old daughter and her partner. They had heard that 20-year-olds could get a waiver signed by their parents on Carnival, giving them permission to drink alcohol while on the cruise. Well, according to Carnival, that's a hard no. There is no waiver you can sign to let your underage children consume alcohol. The drinking age on Carnival is 21, period. Now, I did hear people mention that maybe Norwegian has a waiver system, but I don't know for sure. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this one. Do you know of any cruise lines that do allow waivers for underage drinking? Do you think there should be waivers? Or do you think the drinking age of 21 should be enforced no matter what, even on a cruise? Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, this next story is a real nightmare. A cruise dad who made a simple, silly mistake. He might be facing 12 years in prison because of it. 12 years. It's a scary situation, let me tell you. But first, let me quickly invite you to subscribe if you're not already part of the crew. If you like staying up to date with everything going on in the cruise world, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. All right, now let's get to this crazy story about the cruise dad facing 12 years in prison. This gentleman, Tyler Winrich, was cruising on a Carnival ship when he got off in Turks and Caicos. As he was passing through security there, his backpack was searched, and in it, they found 2 bullets. Now, Turks and Caicos have super strict laws when it comes to ammunition and guns, and these 2 little bullets were enough of a violation to get Tyler arrested and thrown in jail. He's currently sitting in a jail in Turks and Caicos, waiting for his trial, and the potential outcome is that he could get a whopping 12 years in prison. 12 years for just 2 bullets. This is an upstanding guy too. Tyler Winrich is the Vice President of Operations at Emergency Services Solutions back in the US. He's not some shady character. He just made a silly mistake. His employer is reaching out to the US government trying to get help and see if there is any way some leniency can be shown in this situation. And Tyler's not the only one dealing with this kind of nightmare. Just 4 days before his arrest, another US citizen, Ryan Watson, flew into Turks and Caicos. He had 4 rounds of ammunition in his luggage, and bam, he's also under arrest and awaiting trial. When I say the potential punishment is 12 years minimum, I mean it's the minimum for violating these strict gun laws. On the surface, you'd think the answer would be simple. It was just an accident, so be graceful and show some leniency. But these kinds of gun laws are often made binary, yes or no, you broke the law or you didn't. There's not always a lot of room for discretionary judgment. It's heartbreaking and a serious cautionary tale. Leaving a couple of bullets in your bag, maybe you're a hunter, or you go to the range sometimes. It seems like such a simple mistake. But now this guy is in serious trouble, all because he didn't check his bag thoroughly enough before going to a foreign country with very strict laws on this kind of thing. What do you think about this crazy situation? Should the laws be more flexible for obvious accidents like this? Or are laws like this necessarily strict for good reason? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I really hope Tyler and Ryan get the best possible outcome here. Being thrown in prison for 12 years over a couple of bullets just seems excessive to me. But I know other countries have their own way of doing things. We'll have to see how this all plays out. That's all I've got for today, my cruise-loving friends. Thanks for sailing along with me through all the choppy waters and dramatic twists and turns. I'll see you all next time for more cruise news.